Welcome to Southwest Desert, where adventure meets the arid beauty of the American Southwest. Join us as we explore the rugged landscapes, uncover hidden historical gems, and dive deep into the rich legends and culture of this iconic region. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest desert adventures. Please leave a like or comment. This is very helpful. Let's journey together into the heart of the Southwest Desert. In the unforgiving badlands of southeastern Arizona, where the Palancillo Mountains slice through the desert like ancient teeth, human bones still emerge from the sandy earth. These weathered remains tell a story of betrayal, murder, and a $3 million treasure that vanished into the desert over 140 years ago. This is the tale of Skeleton Canyon, where death came twice for Mexican smugglers, where outlaws turned on each other like rattlesnakes, and where one of the Old West's greatest treasures remains hidden to this day. Welcome to Southwest Desert. Today, we're riding into Skeleton Canyon, Arizona, where the bones of the dead still guard secrets worth dying for. Picture the southeastern corner of Arizona Territory in 1882. This land defies human comfort at every turn. The mountains rise like dark thunderclouds frozen in stone, their peaks so treacherous that even today, experienced hikers think twice before attempting certain passes. The valleys stretch endlessly, playing tricks on the eye in the crystalline desert air. The atmospheric clarity creates illusions that defy belief. Locals tell the story of a cowboy who swore he could see a woman wink at him from a mile away. Whether true or tall tale, it speaks to the eerie transparency of the desert atmosphere. Through this hostile terrain lies Skeleton Canyon, a serpentine gash in the earth connecting the Las Animas Valley of New Mexico to Arizona's San Bernardino Valley. Today, visitors find only profound silence, broken occasionally by the lowing of distant cattle or coyotes. But in 1882, this canyon witnessed such violence that its very name became a memorial to massacre. To understand the Skeleton Canyon tragedy, we must first meet William Brocious, though history remembers him better as Curly Bill, the self-proclaimed king of Arizona's outlaw territory. Standing well over 6 feet tall, Curly Bill dominated any room he entered. His skin, bronzed to leather by the desert sun, provided a striking canvas for piercing blue eyes that could shift from jovial warmth to arctic coldness in a heartbeat. His dark hair, which curled as tightly as sheep's wool, gave him his nickname. His attire announced his profession. Elaborate high-heeled boots with intricate stitching clicked authoritatively on wooden floors. An enormous white sombrero crowned his imposing frame. Most notably, he wore twin gun belts in a distinctive crisscross fashion, each holster cradling a well-oiled .44 caliber revolver. Curly Bill operated from Galeyville, a remote settlement tucked into a canyon of the Chiricahua Mountains. The town's location made it perfect for outlaws, so far from law enforcement that the badge might as well have been on another planet. From this natural fortress, Curly Bill ran his empire of selective banditry. He claimed to rob only the wealthy, though his definition proved remarkably flexible. Any Mexican smuggling operation automatically qualified for his attention. In summer 1882, word reached Galeyville that set every outlaw's heart racing. Mexican bandits had accumulated proceeds from numerous robberies into one massive shipment, planning to move everything through Skeleton Canyon in August. The rumored value exceeded anything previously transported through the territory. Recognizing the opportunity of a lifetime, Curly Bill chose Hugh Hunt for infiltration. Hughes possessed the perfect combination. Mixed heritage gave him a swarthy complexion, allowing him to pass for Mexican, while fluent Spanish eliminated communication barriers. More importantly, Hughes could make friends quickly and naturally. Hughes crossed into Mexico, adopting the persona of a drifter seeking work. He haunted cantinas where smugglers gathered, buying drinks and sharing stories. Gradually, he worked into their confidence, participating in tequila toasts and commiserating about their dangerous profession. His patience paid spectacular dividends. Hughes confirmed the August passage through Skeleton Canyon and learned details that made Curly Bill's eyes glitter. The cargo included diamonds stolen from a Monterey bank, religious artifacts pillaged from churches, and enough gold and silver to outfit an army. Conservative estimates place the total value at $3 million. Hughes returned to Galeyville bursting with intelligence, only to discover Curly Bill had departed on unspecified personal business. Days stretched into weeks as Hughes waited. Each passing night he lay awake thinking about the treasure, $3 million. The number echoed in his mind with increasing insistence. Gradually, a treacherous thought took root. Why share such wealth with Curly Bill? Hughes began recruiting conspirators. First came Zwing Hunt, a veteran mule handler whose expertise with pack animals would prove essential. Next, Billy Grounds, a 19-year-old desperado whose youth belied his reputation with a gun. 5 other Galeyville inhabitants rounded out the gang. Hughes revealed just enough about the treasure to secure loyalty while maintaining his advantage. He established a blood oath of secrecy, making clear that death awaited anyone who breathed a word of their plans. On a moonless August night, Hughes and his conspirators departed Galeyville, crossing the San Simon Valley under brilliant stars. They reached Skeleton Canyon at dawn, taking positions among boulder formations that provided concealment and clear fields of fire. The Mexican pack train appeared exactly as predicted, 15 experienced smugglers guarding 30 heavily laden mules. The men rode with watchful alertness, knowing they carried a fortune through hostile territory. They kept weapons loose in holsters, eyes constantly scanning the canyon walls. At midday, the convoy reached the designated rest area near the canyon's exit. A large oak tree spread branches in welcome shade. The smugglers established a defensive perimeter while the main group sought comfort in the oak's shadow. Pack animals grazed on sparse desert grass. Then the canyon erupted in thunder and flame. The first volley came from 3 directions simultaneously, rifle fire echoing off canyon walls. 3 Mexicans dropped instantly. Survivors scrambled for cover as bullets whined off rocks and kicked up dust around them. Panic swept through the convoy. Men shouted contradictory orders while trying to control terrified horses. The mules, driven mad by gunfire, stampeded in all directions, their loads bursting open and scattering treasure across the canyon floor. Gold coins rang against stones, silver bars tumbled into ravines, and precious gems glittered in the dust. Surviving smugglers mounted whatever horses they could catch and fled. Hughes's men continued firing until the last Mexican disappeared into the desert heat. But the human targets were only part of their mission. Emerging from hiding spots, the outlaws began systematically slaughtering pack animals. The canyon echoed with gunfire for another hour. When silence finally descended, the scene resembled a slaughterhouse. Bodies of men and animals lay scattered throughout the canyon, but the outlaws had eyes only for the treasure. According to later testimony, the inventory staggered imagination. A cigar box containing diamonds worth $1 million, 39 gold bars valued at $600,000, scores of silver ingots, 90,000 Mexican gold dollars, countless sacks of gold pieces, and 2 life-size statues of pure gold stolen from a Mexican cathedral. Working efficiently, 2 outlaws excavated a cavity beneath the oak tree while others gathered scattered treasure. Every coin and precious stone was collected and deposited in this temporary cache. Hughes supervised meticulously, ensuring nothing was overlooked. Hughes made clear this burial was temporary until they could return with proper equipment. The gang departed for Galeyville as darkness fell, bound by their code of silence. Death awaited anyone who spoke. But Hughes had learned betrayal's value too well. Days later, he convened a private meeting with Hunt and Grounds, proposing to move the treasure to a more secure location. His true intention: eliminate other gang members from any share. The three conspirators hired an elderly Mexican teamster and procured a 4-horse wagon. Returning to Skeleton Canyon, they put the old man to work excavating the cache, promising him a percentage they never intended to pay. Once the treasure was relocated, Hunt and Grounds executed the Mexican, throwing his body into the empty cache. They slaughtered the horses and burned the wagon. Then, in the ultimate betrayal, Hunt and Grounds vanished with the treasure's location, leaving Hughes outmaneuvered at his own game. Hughes waited in Galeyville with growing rage as days passed without word. His fury crystallized into a single purpose: track down Hunt and Grounds, extract the treasure's location, and exact revenge. Hunt and Grounds had taken refuge at Chandler Ranch near Charleston, already wanted for murdering a judge's son. Their plan: lay low until heat dissipated, then return for the treasure. Fate intervened when Deputy Sheriff Healy stumbled upon the fugitives during a routine patrol. The resulting gunfight left Healy dead, Billy Grounds mortally wounded, and Zwing Hunt with 2 bullets through his lungs. Hunt was transported to Tombstone's hospital under armed guard. When Hughes learned of Hunt's capture, he raced toward Tombstone, desperate to extract the treasure's location. But accomplices spirited Hunt away through a rear exit before Hughes arrived. Months later, Hugh Hunt appeared in Tombstone claiming his relative Zwing had been killed by Apache raiders. He led authorities to a fresh grave in the Swiss Helm Mountains. The authorities accepted the story, closing the case. But Zwing Hunt wasn't dead. He had escaped to Mexico, where he spent years in exile, his wounded lungs never healing. The elaborate deception had provided safe passage from Arizona territory. Years later, in San Antonio, Texas, terminal gangrene in Hunt's old wounds brought him to his deathbed. He summoned Hugh Hunt for a final confession. "Find Davis Mountain," he whispered. "From its base, see the rolling plains east and western New Mexico. Go west 1.5 miles to a canyon with many curves. One side has tree-covered hills, the other a vertical cliff. A stream runs through it. Look for a 10-foot waterfall." His voice weakened. 2 springs about a mile apart, Silver Spring and Gum Spring. Between them, closer to Silver Spring, find a square stone. On its eastern face are 2 crosses, one above the other. The treasure lies beneath, $3 million waiting in the earth. But Hunt's landmarks don't exist where they should. There's no Davis Mountain in the area. No springs bear those names. No waterfall matches his description. Did Hunt deliberately mislead his relative? Did fever cloud his memory? Were his directions coded? Or had the treasure been moved again to some location whose secret died with them? In the end, Skeleton Canyon keeps its silence. The bones tell their story of violence and greed, while somewhere in that vast wilderness a fortune awaits, or perhaps only the dream of fortune, which has proven treasure enough for generations of seekers. Join my Patreon community and discover my art print products on my website in the links provided in my description and link above. Also, if you would like a particular image from my videos, give the timestamp for image, and I will upload it to my website and Patreon. Thank you for joining your desert frontiersman Alan for another Southwest Gold story. Check out my large catalog of Southwest videos and playlists on historical tales, legends, lost gold stories, and adult bedtime stories. If you like a certain image from my videos, tell me in comments and give timestamp. Happy trails! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.